Did you know that Carl Jung prophesied back in the 1960s that artificial intelligence would destroy the world? Now, he lays out this case in one of his last works called Ion. Now, this theory requires you to believe that God is real, but the way he acts is not like man in the sky throwing down lightning bolts. But he is a wise father who's trying his best to subtly transform our minds and make us become more sophisticated, conscious beings. And God's method to do this is through visions, dreams, and ideas. So when a prophet or a religious revolutionary would have a vision, feel visited by the Holy Spirit, this was an intervention by God who was nudging history in the direction he wants it to go. And Jung explains this is why we get some strange things like Jesus saying, "You can sin against me, just never sin against the Holy Spirit." Or when Jesus says, "Listen, I'm not going to come help you after I go back up to heaven, but the Holy Spirit will be sent to help you, and trust him and listen to him." Jung points out that the 2,000 years before Christ was a period of fiery expansion where mankind comes out of prehistory and creates the first historical empires. This culminates in Rome, the most Nietzschean aristocratic master race in human history. And so now that this has been achieved, God seems to decide that he needs to spiritualize man. So he inverts the story. Christ shows up. Everything gets flipped upside down. A Jewish slave on the cross becomes the King of Kings. The first becomes last and the last becomes first. The lamb becomes triumphant over the lion. And this leads to a long period of spiritual discipline where we get monks and priests installing a conscience inside of our minds. And if you look at modern Europeans, notice that they're very moral. Even when they're atheists, they obsess about things like the environment and refugees. And it's because this software update was put inside of our heads. This is what Nietzsche complained was slave morality, becoming a parasite in our conscience. And as we came to the close of the past 2,000 years, it seems like the Holy Spirit began to deliver new messages that brought us back to the materialistic world, as if God was trying to get us to land the plane a little bit. We have people like Descartes having visions and revelations of angels telling him to conquer the world using number and measure. And this gave us our materialistic scientific paradigm, which made us masters of the entire planet, more powerful than nature itself. And isn't it lucky we went through those thousands of years of being moral extremists? Because imagine giving the barbarians of prehistory nukes or biological warfare. Jung warns that we're not out of the woods yet because these transitions come with their own dangers. At the beginning of the Christian period, Rome fell. Many people were castrating themselves in order to become pure spirit. But the danger of our transition is we will go too deep into matter. We will cancel out the spirit. We will try to build God out of stones, create living machines capable of enslaving us, which is the activation of the symbol of the Antichrist.